All right. Good morning. I hope that you can hear me loud and clear. Yesterday, I think we ran a show here and nobody could hear my sound. I really apologize. We want to follow up on the story of uh, the late now Cyrus Jirongo. Now, Kenya deserves to know the truth, not just a police abstract. And tonight, Africa 24, we want to speak out and demand that we get that full report on the accident. Remember, there are so many CCTV cameras and footages in Nairobi and in Naivasha. So definitely, this guy was traveling in a car. He must have been captured somewhere. He must have been with some people in his car because there's no way from Nairobi you travel at 11 p.m. all the way to Naivasha. Then you end up in an accident. And tonight, Africa 24 speaks not as a spectator but as concerns. The death of Cyrus Jirongo is not just uh, a normal accident or just another statistics that we just want to say that okay, this was an accident and let us just move on. So many things happen in Kenya, and this guy, he was not your ordinary politician. So this guy definitely has got friends, and at the same time, he had got so many enemies. So we don't want this to be just another statistics on what is happening in uh, in our roads, and this will also help the government to see if they can improve that road so that we avoid such accidents. Now, the long list of accidents that have been happening in Kenya, some of them go unanswered, and we need to have answers, especially on this one that is all over the social media. So it is the sudden end of a man who sat in the heart of power. He was not just as I said, your ordinary guy like Mzalendo here, who will die in an accident, and the sun would rise and set, and people will forget about Mzalendo only to remember me about Africa and the things that we say here. Yeah, sometimes very factual. So this eliminating people has been a strategy in most African countries. Kenya is not exempted. In that area of Rift Valley, we lost Bishop. Was it Muge? Alexander Muge died mysteriously on a road accident, and I don't know whether that the lorry. I think it was a milk lorry killed him instantly. Same Rift Valley. So things have been happening around that area that are mysterious that we need to uncover. And when such a man dies, the country deserves more than just one paragraph explanation that this guy was coming from the wrong side. Yeah, and that was what was reported in the OB, and the bus was coming from the other side, and they had an head-on collision. Kenya has been told that Cyrus Jirongo died in a road accident near Naivasha. and case closed. But this is a nation that has learned painfully that truth does not always travel at the same speed as official statements. Why Jirongo was on that road at that hour? Who did he meet last? Where was he coming from? And where was he going? And why do his family members say his movements do not add up? These are not conspiracy theories. They are reasonable questions in a democracy. Let us be clear, no one is accusing anyone, but everything must be investigated. Kenya's history is littered with accidents that were never fully explained, and every time we rush to bury questions along with dead, we also bury public trust. Cyrus Jirongo was not an ordinary motorist. He was a political broker, a financer, a man who knew secrets, a man who had fought, fallen out, realigned with the political figures across regimes. To suggest that such a life deserves no scrutiny in his death is an insult to our intelligence. This is why here, as African families, we demand for a transparent, independent investigation and a full disclosure of the CCTV footage that is everywhere. Jirongo was traveling in a car, so there is a clear account of each and every movement from where he was going, uh, from where he was going, and where from where he was from, and where he was heading to. Now, there's also another thing that you need to know. This guy was not going to home. Initially we had reported that he was going home in his rural village, or he was from his rural village. That was earlier reports that he was from his rural village. No, this guy was not from his rural village. He was from Nairobi going to Navasha and back to Nairobi. So he got his accident when he was coming back to Nairobi at around 3 a.m. in the morning. So that is why people are saying, hey, they left this other place where they were with Aniri and everybody else. Aniri left them at 11 and they were to have a meeting the next day in the morning. So would he have been going to the village? The answer is no. So there, I hope that there's no spin. And I know most of you want to the real facts are unveiled by the police. By now, we should be knowing or seeing the movement of the Mercedes at night. There are CCTV cameras around Naivasha. Naivasha is well lit. Most of if he was definitely going into an hotel somewhere. Uh, or somebody's house, those roads, at least some camera would have captured that Mercedes. And again, there are cops all over the road. They would have spotted that Mercedes on the road. I don't know why the traffic police this time round did not come out and say that, hey, we spotted this Mercedes going down this way, blah, blah. So we need those statements, and the state is the one that has the machineries to investigate such, not ordinary uh, Kenyans. So, police kazi kwenyu, you need to investigate this, come with a full report, so that we stop speculating about about Jirongo's death. Sorry. So silence also fuels a lot of suspicion. So the moment you keep silent for a very long time, uh, people will start talking, and we also don't want to rush into conclusions uh, that will deepen a lot of mistrust. So transparency is not a favor that the public is asking. It is a constitutional right and duty of the police to do their job. Just do your work. The head of police, just do your work. Murkomen, these guys are under your docket. Let them do their job. Come up with a full report on what happened to Mheshimiwa Cyrus Jirongo. Yep. So, we are also going to elections in 2027. Maybe somebody wanted to a political rival wanted to eliminate him. We don't know. We are now speculating. So the climate, political climate in Kenya is very, very tense. Very, very tense. Uh, you know, critics also feel targeted by opponents. Uh, so there's a lot of stakes. There's a lot of at stake here in such times. So everything needs to be explained. Hata ukinyongwa na kitu, Babu Owino the other day was rushed to hospital. You saw the speculation around Babu Owino when he was rushed to hospital. Everybody is saying that this guy now was poisoned. Hata tumbo yako ikikuuma na wewe ni mwanasiasa saa hii eh? Tunaangalia who are your enemies, who wants you dead. So these things have to be explained. And some of our leaders are the ones who are giving us clues that these things happen in government, and these things are sometimes staged so that somebody can have uh, a clear sale, or I don't know why you would have to eliminate somebody like Cyrus Jirongo. Just speculating. Yeah. Why did he have enemies? Did he talk about his enemies? He was a friend to so many other politicians. And again, in politics, you have all these opponents who disagree with you most of the time. He was also a businessman. Mm. Alikuwa na dini ya mtu ama ni nini? Why did they want him out? So those are some of the questions that people are asking out there. That the death does not really add up. And I'll play for you a few clips of some of the leaders who are talking, so that you can also tell me what you feel. Just justice must not only be done; it must be seen to be done. Cyrus Jilongo's life shaped politics in the 90s. Remember, kama si Jirongo hatungeona hii noti ya 500. Kama ulizaliwa 2000, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Ask your dad. So hii noti ya 500 ilikuwa inaitwa Jirongo. Ulikuwa unapatiwa. Hii ni noti ilikuwa ni ya kununua watu bwana, ya kubribe. That time his death is now a test that it tests the credibility of the police, of the security dockets. Kenyans are watching you, and again, we will not look away. This is not just about politics. It is about knowing the truth. This is about accountability. So let me play for you what people are saying out there, and especially his close friends who are now talking about this guy, Cyrus Jirongo. And I know you guys at home also have got something to say about Cyrus. He was just not your ordinary politician. And again, the safety of our roads. And we have also seen clips emerging that this guy pia alikuwa anapenda tembo sana, alikuwa ni kalewa, alikuwa kanakunywa, ni mtu alikuwa anapenda kinywaji sana. Pengine aliitwa mahali, hey, twende, wakaambiwa, unajua walevi wanakuwa wanachochana bana, twende Naivasha, Mercedes hii itakanyaga Naivasha 1 hour, 2 hours between Naivasha na Nairobi with the Mercedes hiyo. I think we used with my friend, my good friend Kimaru Kipchelat, rally driver na Langat. Hiyo hapo wanakupigia 45 minutes flat, eh, kwenda na kurudi na Mercedes wanakupigia 45, and I'm telling you the truth, 45 minutes. kwenda na kurudi kwenda na kurudi 1 hour wamemaliza hiyo safari. Eh, ni ukweli, si ati nakudanganya. That is the truth about some of my friends that mwajui. Now, let me play for you a clip by one of the guys who was talking about this incident by I want to play this clip ndio muweze kusikia vile hawa watu wanaongea juu ya hii kifo cha.
On Friday evening, I went to a place called Oasis in Karen at around 8 p.m., 8:30. As I drove in, I saw Mheshimiwa Jirongo seated with Mheshimiwa Speaker of the National Assembly, Wetangula, and two other gentlemen, one who I know, the other one I didn't know. The other one is Rebman Malala, who is the owner of that premise.
Speaking to KTN, former Vihiga Senator George Henry, who visited the scene and viewed the body before it was moved, recounts his last conversation with Jirongo just minutes before 11 p.m.
He said, I'm still here, but Mheshimiwa Wetangula has left. I'm still with the other two gentlemen that you saw. So the following day, we were supposed to have a lunch meeting, him, myself, and Mheshimiwa Philip Kisia at Mheshimiwa Philip Kisia's house on Saturday, yesterday at 1. So I told him, I can see you're staying out late and we have an important meeting. Can you go home? Just jokingly. And we joked and we left it at that. This was exactly 11.
An account that is backed by Kisia.
Never mentioned to me that he was going to leave Nairobi. And as I said, I spoke to him at 9:07.
At 3:23 p.m., I told you his wife called me, Anne, and informed me about this accident. So I told Anne, but no, at 11, he was in Karen. How is he now and he told me he was coming home, How is he now in an accident in Naivasha? And she said, I don't know.
A police report indicates that Jirongo sustained head injuries. Henry, who saw the body in Naivasha, describes what he observed.
I saw 2 broken legs. His legs were broken at the ankle, both of them, down here, broken completely here, and broken here. And one was his hand, was it left? I can't remember, left or right, was also broken. The face had scratches, not serious scratches that can cause death. Just small little scratches, 1, 2 on the chin, one at top of the eye.
Meanwhile, family members led by his 2 sisters have described Jirongo as a kind and a generous man.
Sasa alichukua tu sisi wote kama watoto wake. Kwa kila nyumba, kwa kila nyumba, kwa kila nyumba, kwa kila nyumba. Hakuna nyumba kwa boma letu la Cyrus hakushika mkono. Sasa tumemchukua tu kama baba. Ni mtoto lakini tutamchukua tu kama baba.
Wakati yeye alisoma na Mungu akambarikia, akambariki akajua ni kumpatia watoto wetu, alitukumbatia sisi wote.
This is Karen Oasis, where the late Cyrus Jirongo is said to have been seen with friends, including the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula, George Henry, who is the former Senator of Vihiga County, among friends, including the owner of the premise, Rebman Malala. Our efforts to trace Rebman Malala bore no fruit, as our calls went unanswered and the messages went unreplied. Haman Kamara.
Well, you heard it there, courtesy of KTN. They did a very good report on that story, and that is what I've been following up for you guys. Who, in case you didn't watch, I know some of you didn't watch. Those in the diaspora, you don't have sometimes to watch some of these things. We'll be playing them for you here on Africa and following up the stories as they unveil Now, that was the death of Cyrus Jirongo. I don't know what your opinion is out there, whether you think that the police are doing all they can to unveil, to investigate this matter. But as I said, Kenya has got a history when it comes to accidents. So that is why we want to follow this very, very keenly. Very, very keenly. No leaks, no spins, and of course, uh, no rushed conclusions. We want the government to investigate this matter so that we know exactly what happened to Cyrus Jirongo. Is it a problem with our roads? Is it a problem with the drivers on the roads, especially these buses? Just barely 24 hours. I saw a lorry that just killed another truck driver in the same highway. So this roads, something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. This is not just about politics. This is about the truth. This is about accountability. I am Zalendo, and this is Africa 24, where Africa is demanding answers. And if you've not subscribed, you are watching us from our X platform. Please do subscribe on Africa 24 YouTube. If you're watching us from other platforms like Mtembei TV, other media uh, pages, just YouTube, this popped up. Just make sure that you do subscribe on Africa, because here we bring for you what the mainstream media cannot hear. We will investigate, we will gather all the information that is out there and package it to you in a way that you can understand it in a transparent manner without any bias. All we want is accountability. All we want is to know the truth about the death of Cyrus Jirongo. Have a good night or and a good morning if you're watching us from uh, other parts of Africa. Have a wonderful week ahead. I'll see you later.